Isn't this crazy? It's kind of cool, isn't it? Hey, welcome to Above Life channel. Let me just slide this over a little bit. It's not usually the case that I have to like shut the blinds, but oh my goodness, it's like crazy. Okay. All right. I can't see you guys very well. Let's make sure that I can hear you and that you can hear me. Well, actually, that you can hear me. Let's see. Checking the sound check. This is our Monday weekly video where we talk about intuitive topics, psychic topics, energy topics. And today, we're going to talk about angel resistance. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to try to bring you guys up. There we go. A little bit closer so you can see me. Okay. So, welcome. Hi, chat. Nice to see you. Hey, welcome. Good morning to you. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning, good Monday morning to you. Starting our week out right here on Above Life channel. Had my first cup of coffee. Now we're moving to tea. I need to get outside because I have a busy day today. I got a couple of sessions, and so I got to be ready to work. So, all right. Hey, good morning to you. All right, let's have a conversation about angel resistance. So this topic came up for me yesterday. Actually, it's come up a few times. I have been doing some real recalibration work for myself, as you know, because I've been a psychic, a medium, and an intuitive life coach for 20 years. And in working with my counselor after my health crisis that I had last fall after my open heart surgery and my near-death experience stuff, like no big deal, like near-death experience stuff. I've been working with my counselor twice a week, trying to get to a place to kind of make some kind of order of it, or understanding isn't even the right word, but like integrate and kind of put things back together in a way that is healthy and structured for me now, because I'm just different. I'm just different. You don't go through that and not be changed. And I'm very, very grateful for the opportunities that I've had in this lifetime to have multiple lives. Like I've had so many different variations of life. So my experiences and the people in my life, I'm just very appreciative for all of it, even the struggles, right? So, in working with her, things have come back for me in regards to my early childhood, in regards to things that I remember about being psychic as a kid, which kind of blows my mind a little bit, but not really. I mean, to be honest, it's not much of a surprise. I did have experiences, paranormal experiences in my home growing up. The house I lived in from the age of 5 until 18. And, but prior to that, so I have experiences and memories, kind of these, which I didn't know if they were like, are these real memories or are these like, I don't even, it doesn't even feel real. It feels kind of like foggy, hazy, dreamy, like, because I was really young, like 3 and 4. Like, how can you remember when you're 3? I mean, obviously, you can, and just experiences I had with spirit. And so subsequently, I had been having conversations with my archangels once again when I decided to bring back spirit guide energy into my closer ring of energy sphere. So I'm just going to explain this to you, how I work with this energy energetically for me, to keep it really, 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 really simple. So like 3 levels of energy. So my human body, I mean, obviously there's an inner body too, obviously, but my human body, and then my etheric body, and then my auric body. So the auric body is like that space bubble, that energy bubble when you're like in public or at some place and you feel somebody and you're like, "Ooh, you're kind of creeped out by their energy." That's what that is, your big space bubble kind of thing. So I have been highly shielded in the last 7 months today, 7 months ago today, by my spiritual helpers and my healing teams. And I do mean teams because there's multiple ones that I have apparently. And so do you. You have different spiritual helpers and spirit guides at different times. We've talked about this before. This isn't new to you, but I haven't been specifically speaking to directly the archangels and the angels until recently. Again, now, I mean, I know they're around and I always appreciate them and I feel them. And usually it's Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Michael that I feel the most, and then Raphael in my healing. I actually had an experience post surgery where, and I kind of joke about this golden rib cage. In fact, I say our golden sternum. Um, Actually, I'm wearing my shirt today. I'm wearing my sternum flower shirt today. I got to have some fun with the whole, surgery stuff. Got to have some fun with it and be a little lighthearted about it. But Archangel Gabriel was the most dominant right after my surgery. And so, but that was like no big deal. That's normal. They're like friends now. Like it's not like, oh, an archangel's here kind of thing. It's not a huge thing. But I hadn't been communicating or connecting intentionally for myself with any of them for a while. And they would come in and I would kind of feel their energy and I'd appreciate it. And that was it. And just really focusing on my healing, which is rebuilding, recalibrating my energy fields, the different fields I have. The most important is my physical human body. And because of the need for the focus on the physical body rebuild, couldn't do psychic or spiritual work to the degree or level that I'm used to doing, like no big deal, It's like, no, 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 no. We are going to shield you. And I joked with a friend of mine, joked with me, you know this because I shared this with you before. I've said it before that she said, I'm just going to wrap you. We're just going to wrap you in bubble wrap. We're just going to cocoon you up so that nobody can mess with your energy. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I still come on YouTube, which puts you totally out there in the sphere for people to poke and prod at you. And I'm like, well, that's just it's just the way it is. So like I've been like majorly shielded. So and having some of these remembrances early on from childhood of being a psychic kid and making a commitment in the last 3 weeks, I've been working deeply on recalibration of my energy in order to be able to reinstitute and implement energy techniques, just normal stuff that I've taken for granted over the last many years because it's just been so easy to do spiritual work. Like energetic connection is like walking across a bridge is no big deal. Like talking to dead people, no big deal. Talking to spirit guides, no big deal. Like it's just like and I know it's really special and I know it's really sacred, but it was just so easy. And now that I had been shielded for so long, when I want to do that, I have to like hazmat suit in order to do it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, how do I work? How am I going to like, am I not supposed to do this work anymore? Is my purpose different now? And I knew that when I came back, there's a huge push I felt inside of me for teaching and passing along information, not teaching like I'm the teacher. I know all the information. Let me tell you what's right. I'm not talking that. Forget what you know about the educational system, okay? I'm talking conversation, dialogue, encouraging people to grow and expand and take concepts and work with them and let them bloom and get so much there's just so much goodness that can come from the dialogues and the conversation and the sharing of the experiences and the providing opportunity for people like you to have psychic experiences. Empathically, it's easy to do that. And so I do that with honor here, really with devotion. As you know, 2024, year of the empath on Above Life channel. And so I really have been hyper aware of how protected, shielded I've been, like, I'm like, "Okay, guys, can you take it down a little bit? Because I gotta work here. I got I can't, like, they don't give you unemployment if you're a psychic." It doesn't work like that. I'm like, "You guys, come on," you know? And it's like, "Yes, but you have to be committed to your energy first." So you lead by example. You have to embody the utmost pristine commitment to your own energy. And this is why you can't just like grab a deck of cards and do readings for people. You have it is there is an energetic regime. There is a paying attention to the maintenance of the energy around you in order to be able to flow at the capacity to be able to do this work in integrity and not be violated or manipulated by other people or energy. Because let me tell you, we are people, so we know how to get our needs met. Okay. This is why we have a brain. This is why the ego works with us. We know how to get our needs met. We can charm our way in and out of a paper bag if we need to, people wise, right? Or you can, do the little violin and play it on someone's heartstrings. You know how to get your needs met. Okay. You might not be aware of the fact that you're doing that, but you're doing it. You know how to get your freaking needs met. Okay, you know how. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, that's exactly how, right there. Just like that. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, I'm just going to do stuff for you. Like, see what I'm saying? Empaths, we know, but we don't know because we might be very subconscious of it or unconscious to it, right? Of the ways that we've learned how to manage in this incredibly kind of overwhelming society, right? So I'm not digging on you. I'm just saying, I'm calling it like it is because I can do it too. I know how to do that, right? I've done that with my parents. I've done it with in relationships, with husbands and that kind of thing. I know, I get it. I know. Again, it's not nefarious or malicious. I'm not saying that, but it's just you know what to do to get your needs met. And I'm just calling it out there. And the thing is that energetically in a psychic session with somebody in life coaching sessions too. When I say it's life coaching, there's a way more of a commitment from people because they're like, wait a minute, I have to do stuff too. You're not just going to tell me. I'm like, well, yes, correct. Just like going to the doctor. The doctor doesn't make you better. They might give you a medication to help support you while you're also changing your diet and exercising and going to another specialist or doing other things, but it's on you. It's on you. It's not like give our power away to other people. And so in psychic sessions, the biggest challenge I've had over the years has been that the desire to want people to feel accomplished, for people to feel like they've gotten their value, their money's worth, their support, their healing, their closure. You can't put a price on closure. And you're not going to have one psychic session and have closure. You're going to have a shift. You're going to have a change. You're going to have perspective. You're going to have information. You're going to have stuff energetically that you're not going to make connections with your mind until days, weeks, months later when you talk to somebody randomly and all of a sudden it clicks in or it's for them or what have you. Like nobody really understands the dynamic of how psychic works as this web, right? And so where do the angels come in here? They come in because they have been the easiest spirit guides to connect with, the most loving, lighthearted energy because they're not scary. Like nobody digs on angels, okay? Like that's in the movies, right? The dark angels, the scary stuff. Oh, but for the most part, people's brains will not resist angels because it's some part of some dogma or some traditions or some studies or some schooling that they've had, whether they've gone to a religious school growing up or whether they went to or sang in the church choir or they went to the church camp or they had a college that is connected to some kind of like saint or something, whatever it is. Okay. My point is the angels are like super socially acceptable. And so they're easy and such a light vibration to connect with. So we're bringing them back because what's happened is during the last month or so, I'd say 3 weeks to a month, I have made a conscious effort to re-educate myself again, to start with the basics again, to go back to the chakras, to go back to, well, not really the chakras, that's not true. It's more like start with the basics of meditation again, the base meditation, like the mantra meditation, the transcendental meditation, the hard stuff, and then reintroduce tapping again, EFT tapping, and then do the communing with nature, connecting to the earth energy, connecting to the grid lines of the earth, connecting that way, doing nature walks, being outside, connecting with the tree energy, the wisdom of the land and that kind of thing, right? So I have been making a conscious effort to re-educate myself, to recalibrate, to refresh from the basics, go back to the basics. It's like I was talking to my partner about this, and I was saying that it's like when I chose to go back to graduate school in 2018. I think it was 2018, might have been 2017. And I hadn't been to grad school in years, and I'm like, "Oh my God." Uh, and I was in an accelerated program where the classes were like 8 weeks long, and you had to write all these papers, and everything was every week, and you had to participate in discussions, and it was all online, but it was fucking hard. And I did great in it, but it was a lot, right? Huge commitment. Like everything. I scheduled everything in life around it. And I did that for about a year, but it's like doing that. It's like going back to school and then having to relearn all of the way that they want you to cite in your papers, the APA style. When before I didn't have to use the APA style, I used something else. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it wasn't required to do it that way. But I had to, because I was doing educational stuff, I had to do it a certain way. It was different than what I was used to. And it was very, very strict, it seemed like to me, because I'm like, what? Okay, 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 okay. And it had to be cited a certain way, like the way you underline, the way you comma. You guys know if you're a student or a teacher or a college professor, you understand. Like it's specific. I'm like, well, let's focus on what matters here. A comma and an underline. Wow, that'll solve the world's problems. But anyway, my point is learning a system, reconnecting in, plugging back into that, and learning it in a way now after years of life experience was so much better than doing it the first time. It was easier to learn quickly, but I didn't understand the value of it. And so now I'm in this place of really connecting to the value and with the angels and the angel energy. I thought it was so, so, so important to bring this to you all, to talk about the resistance that we have with that connection. Do not make the mistake of connecting to them to a particular religion or a dogmatic practice of faith or non-faith or spirituality. Connect to them as they are a type of spirit energy that is just like you are, a soul, an energetic supporter. And that's it. And get to know them and chat with them. They don't have to be your BFF, okay? But learn from that energy that they carry, because they carry an energy that is a higher vibration for empathic people in particular. It's like a medicine for us, and it helps us. It is lighter. It is not heavy. I'm telling you, when I work with like our archetypal energies, like the divine feminine, like these, like the 13 moon, intense, okay? These women do not fuck around. And when I work with energy that is angels, it's this, okay? It's this. It's simple. It's simplistic. It's basic. It's so organically easy. And spiritual guidance and connection, and especially when you're starting out or you're using your intuition or you're working on your own healing, you're an empathic person, you're trying to manage your energy through your emotions. Maybe you have a lot of mood swings. Maybe you're in menopause or perimenopause and you're having all this hormonal stuff, in addition to ego-minded, old school patterns of, have you accomplished what you need to accomplish in life? Are you really good enough? Have you really proved yourself yet worthy? All these things, we have so much pressures on us. And the truth is these archangel energies are so easy to commune with And I want you to experience that because it is the way that I entered into even beginning to understand what spirit guides were, you guys. And you need to know because that is like the number one question I get from people besides talking to somebody in the afterlife. Are they okay? Are they okay? Do they feel pain? Is who's my spirit guide? I'm like, you don't know? Because here's the deal. I have yet to experience just one with any person. I see a ton of different people. And most people do have entourages. A lot of them have animals and totem animals and loved ones in the afterlife, like a little cat that was like their best friend when they're growing up, that's hanging out with them. I mean, there's not just one. And the reason why you can't kind of decipher your spirit guides in the crowd is because you have had them all your life, so they don't feel different. It's hard to just differentiate their energies because they've always been there. It's normal for you, okay? It literally is normal. There's nothing wrong with you. So I'm going to encourage you to begin with intentionally, like setting an intention. Maybe one of your energetic goals would be to feel angels. Okay? You don't have to believe in them. They believe in you. It's okay. They believe in you. Well, I don't believe in that. Okay. Uh, all right. That sounds like a brain thing, and that's okay. If your brain is there, that's all right. Hey, you know what? Everybody's welcome here on Above Life Channel. No matter where you're at in your journey, you could just be starting out and thinking this is a bunch of hogwash and are just curious. The fact that you're here and you're curious is an opening, as an opportunity. And that's it, you know? And you could be a master psychic. I know that other mediums and psychics watch me, and some that don't tell me that they do, but honey, I know you do. Okay. Because you're curious about what I'm doing, and that's okay. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that anymore. Like I used to be so annoyed. I don't totally understand it because I don't watch other people like that, but maybe you get something from it and that's okay. You know what I mean? I think that's okay. Uh, if I am inspiring you in some way, that's great. You know, I don't want to be making you feel bad, but that's on you if that's how you feel. So I'm really giving myself the opportunity to take care of my energy in a way that I'm like, oof, oof, lifting my energetic weights. And angels are one of the ways, an easy, easy way to do this. I'm telling you. They've been wonderful to me, especially Michael. Especially this weekend. He came when I was doing a meditation and he was like all of a sudden he's like sitting right next to me in this I have this beautiful bright yellow chair. I should take a picture of it. And it's kind of a chair that I thought I would use for meditation, but I never really sit in it that much. And you know why? It's because usually when I'm chatting with spirit guides and stuff, I kind of imagine them there. And when I say imagine, I envision them there, like to invite them there, like that's the energy. So I focus on it. I use my brain, my intellect, and I imagine that as their seat. They don't need a seat. Their energy. Okay. They don't have bodies like us necessarily, but sometimes they show up that way because that's what works for me. It depends on what works for you. Okay. And so he was chilling in the chair and I'm like, hey, and we just had this little combo, helping me with some stuff. And I'm like, okay, so I should probably talk about this on Above Life Channel, start talking about angel stuff because this is a great way to begin and to recalibrate for all of us, especially for empaths. Yeah, it's a really good way. So Michael is like a perfect energy of alignment for me. Nice light blue energy, very aligned energy. Feels has been my soul best friend since I opened. He came to me in a meditation once. I thought his name was Miguel and he was a spirit guide because that's what I was learning about at the time. I'm like, oh, I read this book and it talked about spirit guides. I thought, do I have any spirit guides? I don't really know about that. And I'm like, I had talked to spirit all my life. Like I've had experiences with like earthbound spirits and creepy stuff, and then also not creepy stuff. But I'm like, oh, is this what this is? Like there's actual like spirit guides, like that they're actually really friendly and they hang out with you like your whole life or part of your life or whatever. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So it wasn't like a huge leap for me. But the angel thing was, you guys, it was such a big leap for me. Really. And I think part of that is like our humanness of how we're taught that angels are so special. Oh, they're so special. They're only reserved for like leaders and people that are finding the cure for cancer and for people who are dying or people who are really sick. Like they're not just going to show up for me. Mm-mm. That is like the biggest lie that we tell ourselves. Mm-mm. They're here. They're always here. Okay. And I associate archangels and spirit guides with color. Because I'm clairvoyant. I think that's why I do that, you guys. But whatever works for you, it might be a tone, a sound, a music. They might have a theme song, which mine do also, by the way, when I'm walking outside and I was trying to connect to the earth to like ground myself, like really connect to the earth to kind of be in alignment so that when I'm having a psychic session with somebody, especially if they're new, it's not like, okay, I know they want me to say this, this, and this, and I'm not going to say it. And then they'll push and they'll kind of, and I'm like, dudes, I'm psychic. Okay. I feel your energy trying to go, oh, I really want you to talk about this. And they keep bringing it up and keep bringing it up. I'm like, honey, I'm not talking about that. That's not what this is about. It's about you. So let's focus, come on. Hocus pocus focus, as Esther Hicks would say. Hocus pocus focus. So I'm standing outside, and as I'm walking toward this special kind of spot with big rocks and the cedar trees, and I'm walking toward it, and I'm getting close to it, and I'm starting to hear the theme song of the angels, and I have one for my archangels, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the first time I've heard it in months, if not years. Like I heard it so clearly. I was like, oh, thank you. And I just said, thank you. Thank you. So it's really important for me to bring this forward to you right now because angelic resistance is not going to help us. It's time for us to go back to the basics and the simple things, which is connecting with things with wings, baby, archangels. So Archangel Michael, I mean, he shared a lot with me. I'm not particularly ready to talk about at this point, but I also had a little glimmer from my good friend Archangel Gabriel, who I love so much, who is a lot more fun. And so the more fun I get, the easier it is to connect. I think with Gabriel. I've been working with Michael and Raphael for so long now, and Archangel Metatron. Those are probably my 4 heavy hitters right now. Michael, Raphael, Metatron, and Gabriel are probably my 4 heavy hitters. Gabriel's just because of the fun, brings the fun. And Gabriel does communication and connection for me. They all have kind of specialty areas for me. And for you, if you start working with them, they will also come for you that way. And you might have a totally different archangel. They might have a different name. They might have a different presentation. They might be a color. They might be, like I said, a song, a vibration, whatever works for you. That's all that matters. Okay. Whatever works for you. All right. Don't let anybody try to tell you have to do it a certain way. Maybe to start out, it helps to have some kind of process or I don't know, technique or something or tool. But then eventually you just customize everything so it fits you. That's what you got to do, All right. So I just pulled one. Oh my God. Did you see me like playing with this card deck? I was just playing with this card deck. This is the simple deck that I have right now that I like to use. Super basics. When I first got this deck, I didn't like it. You heard the story about it. It was too basic. Now I love it because it's basic. And you saw me just playing with these, right? Holding them in my hands. Archangel Raphael, thank you very much, Raph. Thank you, my dear. Again, associated with color green, lots of green energy. This could be earth energy. This could be prosperity, abundance, opportunity, growth. It could be a time of education. You're stepping into school again. This could be a time of career change. This could be a time of relationship healing. This could be a time for you doing some mother wound healing. Been did that the last couple months as well. And also could be the energy of that feeling of lack or scarcity. You might be working on money wounds. This Archangel Raphael can help with that. Archangel Raphael helps with the heart chakra and all of us as empaths. And also, of course, physical body healing. Okay, nice breath in. And an exhale out. All right, I want to say hello in the chat as we've been talking about angel resistance today. Don't fight them. Embrace them, welcome them. Okay. They can be proxies for you. Don't think you know better than somebody else. Oh, don't think you do. Don't step in with your kids, especially if they're adults. Do not think you know better than somebody else and try to heal them and send them energy. A friend or a business person, whatever, do not stay out of the other people's business. Okay. You got enough to worry about in your own energy. So do not do that. Do not do that. Request an angelic helper as a proxy or an assistant and say, hey, Raphael, I would love to send a gift of energy, but I recognize that my energy could be very disruptive to the person that I'm trying to send it to because I know I don't know better. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask you to help support this person if that is appropriate. And if not, then choose someone that does. That is a fit, like Michael or Metatron or Sundolphin or a totem animal. Maybe they work with a fox as their totem animal, and so that totem animal will come in and assist whatever, right? Don't assume you know. You don't. We need to control so much as humans, and I'm so sick and tired of it, and I'm catching myself over and over and over again, like I can't control. And like I'm trying to work through some of these old patterns for myself so that when I step into psychic sessions again, like literally old school psychic sessions and mediumship, that I don't try to control the session too much. Like, okay, because of the expectation that's projected on me by the clients, right? And oh, but I need to know this, and oh, but I want to know that, and oh, but I'm paying you so much money, and it's like, do you know how much I'm working just to be with you for an hour? At least 2 hours, okay? Double it. Half hour prep, half hour decompression time, in addition to, like I said, energetic practices, meditation, tapping, yoga, time outside in nature. It's not because it's just fun, people, and I like to commune. It's because I literally have to do things that will make my energy pristine so that I can be a vessel, a conduit for connection so that you can have the experiences. Not me. It's not for me to have experience. It's for you. I got to hold this space. And I take it very, very literally and very ethically and very much in integrity to honor that. And if I'm going to do this work, I'm going to do it in the best way possible, at the highest caliber, at the highest degree. And that doesn't mean satisfaction guaranteed. It means I'm going to do the best that I can do for the spirit, for you, for all of us in this healing journey that are on this incredible grid together at this point in time. It's not just about you. It's not just about the spirit. It's about all of it. It's about all of it. So my job is like a really big deal. And I know how much responsibility it is. And that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Like, do I want to do this? This is a lot of fucking work. And the answer to that question is, of course I freaking want to do it. I'm here. I'm here. But I got to do it the right way. I can't just roll on up to session and go, okay, what do you want to know? Let's talk about it. And I'm not going to be one of those people that just goes, oh, let me get my card deck out and tell you what I see. These are tools. I'm going to get on my soapbox right now. These are tools. They are supporting the session, not the only thing. Okay. Ugh. And reading cards is an art form, and there are some people that are brilliant at it, and it's gorgeous, and it's in integrity, and it's beautiful, and they are well worth it. They are like exceptional quality, but you get what you pay for also. So remember that. If you need a good card reader, I have one. I know somebody that's good. Okay, we got 2 more cards, you guys. So we need to do 2 more because they fell out. They fell out. Are you ready for 2? Let's do the thing where we do card number 1 or card number 2. Okay, so this is you. Feel into your belly and feel a number, or use your third eye, 1 or 2. Which number do you see? Yeah, and you can picture them white, and which one glows, like which one starts to flash. Like one of them will have a color sometimes. Sometimes one of them will come closer to you, 1 or 2. Or when you're looking at the cards, you might be drawn to one or the other. Okay, I'm on this one myself. But this one's a good secondary one. They both feel great. Remember, we had Archangel Raphael, so this might be linked to that. Okay, so practice, people. Practice, practice, practice. Have your own experience. Okay, so number 1, new beginnings. Did you notice that this card also has the same green? Look at the partnership. Thank you very much. This is gorgeous. I like that purple. That could also be, oh, look at her and the fire and the light. And okay, this could be all sorts of stuff. Okay. I could get so much from this card. Let me just tell you. Purple, crown chakra. You could be a divine feminine goddess energy. You could be working on priestess vibes. You could be really into the archetypal energies of like Egypt, Sekhmet, Isis, Bast. Could be that vibe for you. Could also be, hey, I just saw the aurora borealis. It was so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, da, 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 da. You could be connected to the astral, to the cosmic, to the universal web of consciousness. You could be really down with the Arcturians or the Pleiadians, for example. This energy of touching the earth and connecting to the earth's light and the energy of the earth could be the element of fire, the element of earth. It could also be then cosmic galactic air or light energy. It could be a nod toward the elements. Maybe you are the type of alchemist that works with elements. This might be what it is. This also might be you're manifesting something. You're lighting the way. It reminds me almost of a new moon energy where it shines the light on something. And it's because of you. It's because you're here that it can happen. The words that you could journal about are new beginnings. Didn't I just spend the last 35 minutes talking to you about new beginnings, about recalibration, about starting again, about starting simply, about simplicity in connection when we're talking about angelic resistance? Also, that little nod of purple could also be a tiny little nod to Archangel Ariel, or the green as well, because she's actually purple and green. So it probably is Ariel, Archangel Ariel. I love her. She's awesome. Could also be a tiny little bit of a hint toward a Metatron, if that's your vibe. Usually I see Metatron a little more hazy grayish, lavender lilac. Speaking of hazy gray, I got to get out and walk before all those Canadian wildfires moving to town here. So I got to get out to the water. I'm going to go walk this morning because I got busy afternoon. New beginnings. Okay. All right. So who had the number 2 card? Who had the number 2? The number 2. We've had this one before, you guys. We've seen this one before. This is a nice rich red root chakra. This could be connecting you to Gaia, to Earth Mother energy. This could be about grounding and that connecting you to this time that is now, to this lifetime. This could be helping to heal Archangel Raphael. Remember when I mentioned a little bit about scarcity, lack, money, peace? If you're working on money stuff, prosperity and abundance, this is a lovely, lovely boom for you to have here, this angelic energy. I'm also going to make a nod to our to the energy of Mary Magdalene. I feel that vibe a little bit. I must have one of my priestess friends on the live, I bet. If I'm saying that will come through. Little Mary Magdalene energy. Lots of support and love here. This feels good. Energy of abundance. New beginnings and abundance. I'll take it. Thank you. Let's get in line here, people. Let's get in line. All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Thank you so much in the chat. I'm going to say, oh, hey, Rob. Nice to see you. Hi, Lisa. Lisa from Florida, my piano lady. Hi, Jeannie. Hello, Kelly. Welcome. Hello from Tennessee to Tennessee. Oh my God, what is that song? I love that song, to Tennessee. I used it for college, like 25 years ago, for a urban studies. I did a thing on the urban studies. It was a housing project I did at a presentation, and I used the song Tennessee by, who is it by? It's like it's kind of reggae rap balance. I can't think of who it is. To Tennessee. Da, 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 da. Huh. Oh, I gotta look it up, you guys. Do you ever do that? Are you ever like watching stuff and then you're like, I gotta look it up because it's gonna drive me nuts? Somebody put it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Let me see. It's like a folky kind of almost political song. I love it. Tennessee. I don't know if I can get it. No, it's not talking Tennessee. It's not that. No. God, it's gonna bug me. I shouldn't be wasting your guys' time on here. Tennessee. Just give me a second. No. I can't find it. It's gonna drive me crazy. It's like a rapper guy. Oh, it's gonna bug me so much, and I can't find it. And he laughs in the beginning of one of his songs. He goes, okay. Goes to Tennessee, to Tennessee. Hey, Wade, nice to see you. Hey, Caroline. Yes, Arrested Development. That's exactly who it is. Thank you. Arrested Development. Yes. Oh, God. Okay, I'm so going to listen to that when I'm walking. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Hello to Scotland. Gail, I think I said, did I say hello to you already? I hope so. Oh, tour with Lisa. I know who you are. I haven't talked to you in a while, my dear. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right. Hello to the chat. All right. So let's start this week out right in alignment with our angelic friends. So let's connect with them as we move throughout our week, and let's just open your heart to them, please. Just do it. Just give yourself some time with them, even if you're just going to go on a walk. Just connect and commune with them. All right, my dear ones. Thank you so much for being here. If you still hung on this long, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't think I'd be on here this long, but our conversation today about angelic resistance. I hope it's inspired your spirit today, filled you with some hope, and encouraged you to live your life. This is your life after all, and you get to live it. So just live it. Have a great day. Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate you.